We understand there's a report that was released this morning by the Center for Multi-Party Democracy focusing on voter bribery. Amimo, good morning. Good to see you. What are some of the findings in that report?
Good morning, Linda. The Center for Multi-Party Democracy has just launched its survey, a report on the prevalence of bribery across the country. This report did study 10 counties where Kenyan voters were asked why they receive bribes, and at least 56% of those who were polled did indicate that they've on one occasion or another received at least a bribe from politicians. It's been a very interesting discourse. We've seen even the nominated MP Samuel Maora defend the bribery taking, says it's an African culture, and if politicians don't give out money, then they risk not being elected into office. But just to bring us up to speed with this particular report, some of the highlights I have the communication manager with the Center for Multi-Party Democracy, Mr. Mugwanja, just to give us the highlight. What are some of these issues that you did find in your survey across the 10 counties?
Thank you very much, Amimo. We visited 10 counties and had a big conversation with many Kenyans. And it's interesting that from the conversation and from the survey, you can see that it is all above 50% Kenyans saying yes, they have either offered or received a bribe to vote. And in fact, giving the bribe is much higher at about 78%. And receiving, I think because it's more of a negative, connotation, they were a little bit mild and an average of 56%. But what is more important is that half of the voters, in the way the survey puts it, could be actually receiving a bribe in order to choose their leader. And this is not a very good finding. It's a very sorry state of affairs to have. And we have to work hard to make sure that Kenyans are being chosen based on the issues that they are putting across in order to get to office, or otherwise we're voting and we're not having an issue-based political practice, but we're having a transactional nature of politics.
Looking at it, we have laws that guide against that ban maybe bribing of voters during the electioneering period. Why is it that maybe the law has not been enforced? It's there. Why do you think politicians keep on bribing voters to get into office? And what is the impact on these or the type of leaders we get?
There were two reasons. On the side of the politicians is that, after all, their opponents are also doing it. And on the part of the voter is that impunity. No one has been punished for breaking the law. And that is basically how the conversation is, that the voter is saying, when I elect you, you going there and there is corruption in government, I know you're benefiting, and therefore I am getting nothing back, from your service. On the part of the politician who's running for office, he's doing it because his competitors are doing it. And both of them are saying it is because there have not been consequences. So basically the law has been there, but all the cases about voter bribery, none of them has ended up any Kenyan in problem, and therefore without trouble, impunity grows.